Okay, so when last we saw some of our heroes, they had, in the search of riches and employment, if not just basic food, they had entered into an arrangement with some of the lords of Waterdeep to track down a particular Xanathar spy of the Xanathars Guild in Waterdeep. This crazy adventure had led to finding themselves portaled into an underwater cave, and from there being beseeched by a disembodied light calling itself the Beacon to help it escape. After swimming through some underwater tunnels, being gifted the water breathing by this mysterious beacon, they found themselves in a vast underwater environment. And through their adventures, soon found out that, in fact, they were in a fishbowl and they were very tiny.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
None other than the Xanathars. I'm not Xanathars. Yeah, Xanathars. And there's too many Z's in this adventure. I'm already getting confused. Xanathar's fishbowl containing his beloved goldfish, the only thing in the world that he in fact cares about. The Xanathar, for those of you who may not know, is in fact a beholder. Some might even say the beholder, because he wrote the guide, after all.
Nice.
The party somewhat split in their decision as to how to handle escape when given an ultimatum by the Beacon, a promise to slay the Xanathar when they came face to face with it, or stay here in the fishbowl forever and get themselves out. Some wished to perhaps try their luck and try to sneak past the giant goldfish that was viciously patrolling the waters. But the DM said, no, you're going to die. I'm not going to let that happen. And forced everyone to...
Yeah. We're going to try and TPK the party in session 0. That was essentially what happened.
And forced everyone to basically make the decision to agree to visit the Beacon's demand. From the result of that, one beloved character, Roman, is no longer with the group, saying, fuck this, I'm out, and has gone on to pursue how to break this bind between him and the Xanathar, and
That
for
is
all you
very
know,
Roman. Yeah.
has been successful.
Or eaten by the goldfish.
No,
Mephira,
we got out. He got out. Yeah.
Mephira, your dread pirate halfling, has since moved on to other waters, literally, having a ship in port, and has sailed.
The dark waters.
Since then, several months have passed with the party, what remains of the party, eking out a meager living on the scraps of errands for the lords of Waterdeep or whatever else they could find. However, this living was not to the tastes of some. Some couldn't care less, whether they were sleeping in a bed or on a cold stone floor, or in a back alley in the rain, or in a sewer. But you have managed to make new friends, new associates through your ties. Gherosh has a forge, and Svadruk works for a delivery service.
Sort of. Yeah, sort of.
And your connections have led you to meet new people and their talents have proved useful. And you have now gone on a couple of errands with your new companions. Porter, the half-orc. Lucan, the half-elf. And I'm going to get it right.
Carnimírië.
Thank you. Carnimírië.
Fine.
Carnimírië. Sorry. If I heard you say it, I knew I was going to be okay, but until then I was a little bit unsure.
I went through an Elvish dictionary for it, but it's just Carnimírië.
A fire genasi. And you are now fresh back from your most recent errand, and you have instructions to head to the Yawning portal, the most famous tavern in Faerun, nay, the prime material plane, and receive your payment for a job well done, you hope. Your contact is a stuffy and bookish old dwarf by the name of Cassitern Goldensides. Cassitern, however, insists you refer to him only as Lord Cass, though there are whispers he's not a lord. He's not a lord. That's ridiculous. He's a washed-up old lackey. So, that is where we are all going to.
Now, did I miss it? What did you say we have just done? What is the job we've just done recently together?
Yes, you. It's I don't know.
Okay.
It's not important, I guess. It was just a short job that involved tracking down a particular source of information, and you have acquired a letter that you think fits the bill of what you're supposed to get, though you have not opened it, so you do not know, because you were under strict instructions not to open the letter. And now you're supposed to meet Lord Cass at the Yawning portal. So I'm going to first take you all to the map of Waterdeep, so that you can marvel at the ridiculousness of it. All right, you will find yourself on the very far middle-ish left side of the map. And before you is a really, really big map of this huge city that stretches out before you.
Yeah, I think we're still on the title, unless you haven't moved us yet.
Of course I have. It certainly didn't forget to do that.
Oh man.
What do you take me for?
Oh god.
All right. Let's see. Now, so as
fuck out to find us. They're okay. I found us.
the time is dawn, the sun is just rising over the city, and as you make your way down from the sea ward towards the Yawning portal, let's see if I can show you this. See if I can show you this. Aha, here it is. All right, for some reason it doesn't want me to. It doesn't allow the show to players if I have it in an open tab outside of Roll20. But here you go. This is what you see spread out before you. This massive, sprawling city.
Squiddly.
What's that?
I am
Squiddly.
so sorry for whoever named you.
That Jenkins Squiddly overlooking Waterdeep.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was also very confused by that.
All right.
Sweet.
Let's see. And Yawning Portal. I knew where it was, but I'm not going to be able to find it now because this place is huge, and I have.
We'll have to put dots on everything in GM later so we can find the stuff. Later
I think it's somewhere around.
Well, I'm gonna guess it's somewhere near Virgin Square and Simple Street. Sounds like a great insult. This guy lives over at the corner of Virgin Square and Simple Street.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
I thought it was. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. I can make it visible for you. There you go. There's
I
the
wasn't
Yawning
far off.
Portal. Yeah, it's over somewhere in between the trade wards and the dock ward.
I found it, yeah.
So, all right. So I'm gonna push you on over to the Yawning Portal. Get your tokens in there real quick. You're gonna, once I switch you over there, you're gonna find yourself in the bottom middle of the map.
Ooh.
And let's go ahead and start this up. Again, this is super loud, so I'll adjust it. There we go. Now, as you make your way through the streets, I said it was dawn. By the time you get down to, whoops, I didn't do that. All right, by the time you get down to the Yawning Portal, this place is packed, and we're talking, 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, what's up with that?
Listen. There's never a bad time to be in a tavern. Sorry, that's out of character. I'm not actually saying that in character.
Oh my god, there's
Now,
a portal.
Yeah.
There's what?
There's literally a portal. All right, now there's something I would like to show you guys before.
With a winch. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I need to stop. Okay.
There are plenty of tales here, I'm told.
Okay.
So let's see. I was going to show you where is it? Key. There it is. Okay. Here's another thing for you to see. Now, this is just kind of a fun thing that Wizards did for this module.
Oh.
They filled this place full of NPCs. Some of them in the module, some of them just classic D&D celebrities, and some of them Matt Mercer. So, that's a thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my gosh, I want the high-res version of this.
That's awesome.
I might be able to show you. Let me see if I can give you another one. There is another one. It just doesn't have the key on it. So
Yawning Portal, climbing into the actual fucking portal.
See if that
so
one.
there's big names here. I'm assuming like Volo's in there.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the monstrous dudes down in the bottom right corner.
Who's the guy we ran into in Curse of Strahd?
Strahd?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
The bard.
Some mind flayer there hanging out, chilling.
Van
Yeah.
Wixen.
What's that?
Is it Van Wixen? Van
Yes. Yeah.
Wixen. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's a thing.
Heck yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Hold on the second floor on the left.
Anyway, I don't know if that second one that I showed you is any higher res. It might be. But on that one, can you just see the picture? You can't see anything else, right?
There's numbers,
The
but there's no
pictures.
key to the numbers.
And there's no text underneath.
No.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Just make sure. That would be bad.
My constant paranoia in Roll20.
All right. So as you walk into the tavern here, you see just a packed room, and it's so packed that for the most part, none of you are able to even see over the heads of the various and many patrons that are just spread out before you. They all seems to be a crowd of people, and they're all looking towards the portal, and there's a bunch of cheering and yelling, and there's like two different musics going on at the same time. Like there's one bard in one corner and another in the other. And as you walk in, you hear the loud drawl of a familiar voice. Behind the counter over here, you see Durnan, the infamous innkeeper of the Yawning portal, and he raises a hand in welcome, recognizing you all immediately, and yells out, "It's packed already, but I think there's a table in the far corner." And then whenever you inform him that you are in fact here to meet Lord Cass, he comes a little closer, tired of yelling, and shouts out to you all even from this close proximity, because it's still very loud in here. "Oh, Cass, yes, he's waiting in the private room for you. But wait, you might want to wait a second, you're gonna miss it." And he gestures with his arm towards the portal, and as he goes back to filling orders and polishing glasses, you hear him say, somewhat quieter, but not trying to keep it hidden, "Damn ass fools." And with a wry smile on his face. And you now, Druk is oblivious to this unless any of y'all are providing a ladder.
Well, no. I was just kind of waiting for you to stop. I say, "Heads up, big man." I just lost the accent. I'm all stopped up. I've been practicing him all day, and now my nose is all stopped up.
No worries.
Svadruk says, "Heads up, big blue," and I scurry up and kind of clamber up onto Gherosh's shoulder.
Yeah. Make yourself comfortable.
What you manage to see in glimpses over the crowd is what appears to be a group of adventurers standing over by the winch that Chris mentioned. And they are all...
Oh, a winch.
Yes, that kind of winch.
Oh,
I thought you...
There's the other kind,
This
too.
girl right here.
This tavern
oh.
has winches, and it has winches.
I can't even see that part of the map.
An actual winch. Okay.
Oh, you can't see the winch? So which kind did you mean?
No, I can see the mechanical winch,
Oh,
but I
okay.
just have like an angled field of view. I can't see the entire tavern floor.
You should be able to see in here.
No, I just thought you meant a
Oh,
serving
global
winch.
advantage. Oh, okay,
I
yes.
cannot.
Yeah.
I have blinders
Yes.
on.
You can turn your token.
Oh, okay. All right.
If you click on it, the little
Oh yeah.
tab that sticks
Oh
out
sweet.
the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can turn it.
Oh my god, it feels so lifelike.
And if you hold Alt, you're not restricted to like just the basic angles. You can turn it at any angle.
Sweet.
Yeah, and drop it at any angle.
I have a question really fast.
Mhm.
I can't see the character journals of the I can only see my character journal, Gherosh's, Porter, and Svadruk. I can't see anybody else's. Like, I mean, obviously, I know I'm only going to see their art and whatnot, but
Oh yeah, Lucan.
How
Yeah,
far can
I
you
need
go?
to set that 1 second.
I can see clearly now. There are many
Okay.
wenches in this establishment.
There's also Sample Dude. I don't know if Sample Dude needs to be there.
yes, and Svadruk.
All right, that should fix it. You should be able to see
Thank you.
Lucan's now. And we'll get a second for y'all to out of character introduce yourselves real quick.
Wow, Lucan, I didn't realize we were traveling with Sephiroth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got your face though.
Yeah, for sure.
Boy, did you ever.
Thank you.
We have family.
No, I love it. All right, so over here by this winch, you see a party of 4 adventurers. Funnily enough, they appear to be 3 dwarves of varying ages and genders, and 1 unusually tall and muscular lavender tiefling. It's not Roman, but he's got this huge great sword strapped to his back, and the dwarves all look hardy grizzled, experienced, but this guy looks like business. Like almost as big as Gherosh and almost as intimidating a presence. But you watch as they all strap up to this winch, and then with a great cheer, they all get lowered down into the portal.
Oh, jeez.
And there's some general like tussling and merriment and occasional, cat calls down into the tunnel or down into the portal. But after a moment, the person managing the winch stops, the rope goes slack, they pull it back up, and everybody kind of returns to business normal. About half the people that were here leave. It's still very crowded, but not as like incredibly hard to move in as it was before.
Cool. Real quick, out of character. Did the party already know like what the portal, like, do we know why they're being lowered in there?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Alrighty. History check. I have a +1 on that. So a 9. I have no shits.
You have no idea. Maybe that's how you go to the bathroom here.
There you go, for sure. Well, the reason I was asking that was because I was going to go interact with some NPC to find out. That was basically the reason why I was going to.
Okay. You do have Lord Cass waiting for you, so perhaps once you've had your meeting with him, then you could ask around. And Durnan glances all of you as you start to make your way this direction, and he points over, gestures at this curtained off area.
Ooh.
And says, "He's in there, in the private room." So you can all make your way over to.
I'll jump down. Now
Thank
that
you,
there's
Durnan.
more room to walk.
Thank you. Oh God, I just had the accent. I have to mute myself to get into that thing of it. Well, either way, I say thank you, and I'm going to mute myself so I can do the accent properly.
You should be able to all. If you need to press Alt to arrange yourself in there, feel free, or whatever. But yeah, as you come in, you see an old and wrinkled dwarf with pince-nez at the end of his nose, his very long and hooked nose, and he's got this grizzled, dirty blonde beard and sideburns, and he is sitting next to a pile of books about as tall as he is. And as you all come in, he kind of glances up dismissively, grabs a tome from the stack, and slams it down and opens it up, and it's a ledger. He sits there with his quill poised, pointedly, waiting for you all to take a seat and come to attention.
As I sit down, I'm going to go, "Well, good morning to you, Lord Cass. So wonderful to see you this morning."
I scurry over to one of the chairs, and I use my quarterstaff as kind of like a pole vault to launch myself up onto the chair, and then I perch myself on the edge of the table.
All right. The whole table kind of shakes gently with your landing, and Lord Cass doesn't flinch or react, doesn't look up at you, doesn't make eye contact with anyone, but just begins reading from the ledger. And he says, "All right. 10 gold pieces due for the deliverance of said letter from the contact. And delivered by," and he lists off all of your names with a pause after each one, expecting you to sort of roll call. And as you get to the end of it, he then glances up pointedly at you all the letter?
Who has the letter?
I'm not sure who has it.
Well, you hand it over, and yeah, I'm kind of running you through this part of it since there's not any actual substance.
I just would assume we would not give it to the fire girl. It's a letter; it could catch fire.
He sniffs dismissively and takes the letter, opens it, reads through it silently, puts it back into the envelope, sticks the envelope into a breast pocket, and then very deliberately marks out the 10 gold pieces and changes it to 5 gold pieces, and then slides a gold piece across the table to each of you. In case you were wondering, I have this cool little handout that shows what money looks like.
Oh yes.
In Waterdeep. It is cool, and I will really want this all to stop being this way. Okay, here we go. All right, there you go.
Oh wow.
Cool.
So
there's also breakdowns of each coin already available under additional art.
Heck yeah.
Right. And then after into the somewhat strained silence, he goes, "It has become clear that you are incompetent. It is my sad duty to inform you the lords of Waterdeep no longer require your services. You're being fired."
Did we not get you letter that you asked for?
This letter is not the correct letter. It is not completely useless, but it is not correct either.
Well, how are we supposed to know what letter we're supposed to get you if we can't take a look at it?
He slowly looks up at you, gives you a long, cold stare in your eyes,
Oh no.
blinks slowly, and says, "You took the letter from the wrong person. That's on you." And then he decisively slams closed the ledger, puts it on the stack, pushes back his chair and stands, not changing his height at all, and looks you all over for a moment and says, "Besides, the lords of Waterdeep have come to suspect that perhaps not all of you are on the up and up. I'm going to do you a favor because I like you and show you this. I remind you again of the code legal of Waterdeep." And he hands you this very rusty or not rusty, but like a crumpled parchment that's not exactly legible. But just in case you all needed to be reminded, these are the very real crimes one can commit in this city, and their very real consequences.
I was just about to be like, I haven't read that, and therefore it's not going to stop me. And now I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah. Like, this again. You're not a child.
So, yeah, after passing this off to you, he effortlessly picks up the stack of books that is now taller than he is, and says, you just hear a muffled, "Have a nice life," from behind the stack, and then he wanders out, and you watch as he goes and finds a table, sits down, slams his books down, and orders some ale, and starts working through his ledgers again while drinking his way through a couple of pints.
That old bastard.
I say, assaulting a priest or lay worshipper. Does this count? And I just start poking Gherosh.
Oh, no. That tickles.
I owe 500 gold.
That tickles.
I'm sure they need 3-second service for the city temples. That would be my guess.
A moment later, a barmaid comes up to the curtain, pokes her head in, and says, "Oi, you lot, out of here! I got a table for you over here, but you can't stay in if you ain't meeting with Lord Cass no more." And she's going to lead you to one of these booths on the far corner. It is
That murdering a citizen without justification. What kind of justification?
Was he saying that we actually committed a crime?
He was saying he suspected you of perhaps being in league with people who are not entirely crime-free. So this far corner booth is where she's taking you to.
I see.
I'll just put her over here. Oops. Wrong one, sorry.
Okay.
Ah. Okay. What?
I'll just move everyone over. It'll make it a little easier.
Gonna spin.
Ba-do-ba-do.
Oh, well,
Right.
now I'm fucked because I can't turn my character.
You can't? Oh, because you're
Yeah.
on top of
No,
people?
okay, there we go. It got stuck behind one of the bubbles.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Now I can see better.
All right. If y'all need me to turn anything, just let me know. All right.
Okay.
You can now take some time if you would like to kind of introduce yourselves to each other out of character, since your characters already know each other.
Sure.
Who
I'll
goes
start.
first?
I'll start.
Paper, scissors.
All right.
And feel free to share as much or as little of your backstory that you think the characters would already know about you. Or, I mean, if you want to tell them stuff they wouldn't already know, you're fine. It's up to you.
Cool. Well, I'll start. First of all, I'm Alex. Hi, everyone. I'm playing Carnimírië, Amastacia, Carnimírië, or Naneth. Naneth is approximately grandmother or grandma in Elvish, so either one, whatever. I'm Fighter Genasi, and I am 639 years old, as I think I've mentioned in the chat. I have created my background Sune's Blessing, which basically means I am extraordinarily beautiful even for Genasi, which I hope will help kind of smooth over any sort of issues we might have, considering we are all non-human. But yes, I have shit ton of grandkids, shit ton of children, even far more infinite, great-grandchildren of all sorts, blah, blah, blah. I am the only child of two famous adventurers, Ralva and Lanthier Amastacia, and basically I started adventuring because I outlived 6 husbands, and I want to get new stories and treats and whatnot for my still living children, grandchildren. And I'm tired of outliving husbands.
And your class?
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I am Druid, specifically Circle of the Spores.
Ooh.
I picked Druid because my last husband was a Druid.
Cool. I like it.
I'll go next, I guess.
Alright.
All right, I'm Jimmy, and I'm playing Svadruk, but you can call him Druk for short if you want. He will be probably calling all of you by various nicknames as I come up with them, because that's kind of what he does. So I am a Kobold. Most notable thing about me is I'm the smallest one in the group. I'm only 2 feet 4 inches, about 25 pounds.
Precious baby.
My precious vampire.
I'm also the youngest one of the group. I am 13 years old. However, as far as kobolds go, they reach adulthood at 6. So I am an adult. I would have definitely. I think Svadruk is a talker, and he's very friendly. So he would have definitely told you more of his backstory than you would care to know.
I forgot to say that.
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, oh yeah, no, I've definitely done that as Carnimírië. I'm the same way.
Essentially, his story is that he grew up in a kobold tribe, very far underneath the ground, far to the east of Waterdeep. But there was a civil war in his tribe that he picked the wrong side of. And when the dust settled, the new leader of the tribe essentially ordered everyone else to be executed who had opposed him and his uprising. And so Svadruk kind of bailed and just ran and was able to elude capture, and just kept going and going and going until he found the sewers of Waterdeep. And since then, kind of integrated himself, or tried to integrate himself into the society. Once he kind of was like, oh, this place is diverse and I'm sure they won't mind me. And of course, the first thing he does is get stopped by the guards and is like, why is there a lone kobold walking the streets? And so, long story short, and I think his whole story, and I am serious, I wrote like a freaking novel for this guy, should be under my thing. But he was essentially rescued by a drow who had, little to his knowledge, been keeping an eye on him, and who was the only one who had ever noticed that Svadruk was coming out at night, stealing things. I actually wrote a long time ago that part of his backstory was that he stole from a butcher. So depending on Porter's backstory, that might be canonically Porter.
Nice.
So essentially, he was kind of rescued by this drow who saw potential in him, potential for his own uses, some legal, some not. And so essentially I have been raised these last couple of years by my mentor, whose name is Fenris Stormcastle, who I believe is an NPC in this that Adrienne gave me the name for. Did you just remember that you told me that?
No, I remembered it.
Oh, okay.
I was just confirming.
And so I work at a business that he owns named the Rusty Chest, and it's essentially like a curio shop. But really, my job is a fence. I'm kind of a go-between for illegal and illicit trades and whatnot.
Great. So you're the guy that got us fired.
It's very possible. Yes.
He's a delivery boy.
Right.
And the delight.
Essentially, I just do what I'm told, at least at the point of my characters. And I have very little care. Like, for example, my where is it? Under my ideals on my sheet. I'm deeply loyal to those I consider family, but have no other loyalties to any other ideals, gods, or governments. I just don't really care. So that's pretty much it. I talk in, this is Kobold accent, not Russian accent. So when I slip out of it, that is not me slipping out of it. That is actually how kobolds sound. And so pretty much, yes, and I am a monk. As of right now, since I'm level 2, I am just a standard boilerplate
wacky mole.
Yeah, but I am studying under my master. I am studying the way of the shadow as I learn to.
Nice.
And there's more into that, but I feel like I've taken up enough time. But yeah, that's me.
Shifty.
If it makes you feel any better, when I was talking, I'm listening to you. I'm like, oh shit, I should have told you more relevant shit about Carnimírië. But yeah, alas, I did not. So it is what it is.
It'll come up.
Yeah.
What
I will say, if you've ever seen a kobold before, which your characters may not have, I'm red scaled, but I have like black and dark scale spots on my scales all along my back, which is kind of unusual.
Nice.
All right, next.
I want to hear about Porter.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you said nothing tonight, Shane.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I got that already.
I've been coughing my brain out, man. I've been on mute. Yeah. Anyways, Porter's a half-orc, barbarian. Right now, I'm just going to take him down the Zerker line. His backstory mostly consists of being abandoned as a child, picked up by a butcher as slave help, more or less, and learning the trade from his master until he was able to get a set of, prove himself, get a set of knives of his own. One day his master died when he was, his mid-teens. So he set out to try and, one, not get sold back into, get taken as a slave or get blamed for any mishap or anything. Practice his trade, considers himself pretty good at it. Got into some bad things along the way until he finally made his way to Waterdeep. He currently owns a small business called the Porter's House of Fine Meats. It's not always open because his little niche is what he likes to call exotic and interesting delicacies. He considers himself even though he's a half-orc, he envisions himself being of a higher class. He definitely tries to dress nicely, even though if you look close enough, you can see kind of some of the threadbare. The stitches aren't that, if you have an eye for it, you realize the stitching isn't, quality. He's definitely trying to pair it apart, fake it until you make it.
There you go.
But he definitely tries to. He considers himself a little bit higher than other people, even though he does really just own a quaint little butcher shop. But he definitely prides himself on his ability to cut up meat, find very good choice cuts, if you will. The adventuring thing he does is pretty much to try and find the next good source of meat, and any of his questionable clientele, if they have certain requests, try to fulfill.
Cool.
All I wish to say right now. I guess, do you want to, I guess as far as what he wears, he usually wears like a blue, it's kind of like his picture. Bring it up. Can't remember it.
Yeah, you should be able to, everyone should be able to click on that and look at the picture.
So the only real difference is that his coat would actually be a lot longer. Instead of the tails in the back, it would be more like a full coat. Though you would have it open in the front. In front of his pants, he would actually have his apron folded down, so it's on the lower portion of his body, versus being like pulled up like you would see like a regular baking apron or something like that over his. And he carries two large cleavers with him, and he carries a large hog's cleaver on his back.
Nice.
Nice.
I will just interject, and if any of this is something that you would like to discuss instead of me just assigning it to you, but to let you know, both Gherosh and Porter both don't actually own shops, but they own market stalls. And your lodging is through a sort of a flop house type deal, group lodging, somewhere in the area. So that, just so you know, kind of what your living quarters are all right now. No one actually owns any property. You've been here long enough that you're trying to get there, but that's why y'all are all working together to try to get enough money to settle down a little deeper. In fact, Lucan has a trade as well. Would you like to go next, Tony?
Sure. So Lucan is a half elf who is very much feeling his half elfness. He grew up kind of a part of two worlds, but not accepted by either, right? And he was raised primarily by his human father, who happened to be a vintner and brewer of Waterdeep. So his father naturally taught him his trade, and so Lucan, while he is a member of the guild, is mostly known for his brewing, for his ales, specifically dwarven ales, because that's he gravitated to that. When he was growing up, he was a rather sickly kid, and he really admired kind of the dwarven hardiness and their resiliency and their loyalty, and he admired all that about them, and kind of started to try to adopt those traits and start studying their brewing techniques, and that kind of earned him his cut his teeth, or earned him his what's the phrase? What's the
like
term
a reputation?
Yeah, it kind of earned him his ranks, in the brewing guild.
Right.
Like it made him a brewmeister among the other brewmeisters. Kind of got him through journeyman and into his. So he helps his dad, with his dad's. While his dad makes wine, he'll make the beer, and they both try to sell their wares to the various establishments in town. He doesn't know much about. He doesn't practically anything about his elven heritage, but his mother fell in love with his father because she really loved his wine and sought him out, and that kind of turned into blossomed into a illicit romance that Lucan is the fruit of, right? And his mother had a very difficult pregnancy and almost died giving birth to him, but not very long after, when he was a young child, she passed away. And the elven side of his family kind of blames him for all that, right? Because it was the pregnancy that made her weak, that made her get sickly and whatnot, and hanging out with humans was very kind of, I'm sure they saw that as kind of the catalyst to her declining health. But later on, he kind of overcame all that just growing up, and getting gravitated toward his father's side of the family, and so although he's very much a half elf and has the features, he's most comfortable in kind of the human element, the human world, and in Waterdeep. And he looks like his mother. He's got blue-gray eyes and silver hair, but physically, like from the neck down, he's his dad. So he's like wiry and dark. He's tanned. He's a dark skin, kind of smarmy complexion. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. As far as like what his class, he's a celestial warlock, and that kind of has to do a little bit with his background as well, where it wasn't until very recently that he came into that aspect of his heritage, and it comes from his elven blood, comes from his elven side, his mother's side of the family, and that's something that he needs to, part of his journey is going to be exploring that aspect of his heritage and learning more about it. So it's kind of a mystery to him at this point, but he knows enough to be dangerous, and that's kind of where he's at right now.
Very cool. And
Actually,
Lucan lives with his father.
Right.
And then, like I said, the business that they, or like he said, the business that they do is, they sell their product to the various inns and taverns in Waterdeep.
Nice. So this is more of a question, sort of. Adrian. So first things first, with Carnimírië, she's actually from a little city named Caer, which is actually just south of Candlekeep, which is south of Waterdeep. So she's actually not too far away from her home. So Adrian, what would be the particular reason why Carnimírië would potentially be staying here in Waterdeep as opposed to going home?
Well, I think you said that she had decided she wanted to be an adventurer, right?
Yes. Well, she's technically been adventuring since, oh God, I'll have to look it up.
Oh, for a while.
She's been an adventurer for a while. Like, let me look at her bio, Jesus. At 578 years old, she took up adventuring so she could spoil her children. So it's been a while. She's 639 right now, and I have to quickly do the math on that. Minus 5, 7, 8. So she's been adventuring for 61 years.
Okay.
But again, she's very close to home. Like, this is very close to home. I don't really know a reason why she would be hanging out in Waterdeep for so long.
I do.
Okay.
I do. What I would say is that after 60 plus years of learning to be a druid and probably visiting some exotic natural locations, she has decided to open herself up to the next challenge, which is being a druid in an urban environment.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so that would be why she's hanging around here. But yeah.
Also, you probably have, you're, as an adventurer, you're on the lookout for opportunities, unrest, ways to make money, and there's definitely a lot of that going around in Waterdeep right now.
Also, I'm totally looking for like business dealings that I could, for people that I can, like, for my pretty much I'm related to about half of the town which I'm from, so I'm always looking for shit that I can make money for them to, or get deals for them. Sure. So they can make more money.
Yeah, and so you found yourself here in Waterdeep. You've fallen in with this small group, helping them run errands and the like, and you are thirsting for something with a little bit more action or a little bit more intrigue, or both.
Yes.
And you're about to get it.
Wait. Oh, and then I did want to say, for Lucan, I'm Fire Genasi. My mother Rava was actually a drow, and my father Linthir is actually a high elf. So that could be some potential RPing down the road.
Sure.
Okay, sure, if you click on my character sheet, you can see what she looks like, and that's her actual outfit that she travels around in, and the rings that she has on her around her neck, those are the various wedding rings from her husbands.
That's awesome.
And hey, Tony, I had I'm sorry, my nose is so congested. I had to step away to grab a Kleenex real fast, and I think I missed. Did you say what class you're playing?
Yeah, I'm a celestial warlock.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, and it's and that's new to him, right? So all his life he's been a vintner's son. He's learned the brewing trade. He's just been a normal, everyday kind of guy. And very recently, he's kind of discovered this new aspect of himself, and is starting to learn and explore it. And it's kind of rocked his world a little bit. There's more background to it, but I kind of want to let RP opportunities relay all that backstory. If you guys are,
I heard some of that as I got back, but that was the main point of that. So sorry.
No worries. It's totally cool. But yeah, this character portrait of Carnimírië is pretty awesome. Did you do that? Did you draw that?
No, I commissioned it. I am not that much of an artist, but yeah, no, I commissioned it from this artist that I follow, and I've all the various characters that I've had, I've commissioned art from her.
That is
But
amazing.
yeah, that's how she looks, and her hair kind of looks like it's obviously reminiscent of fire because fire Genasi, but her hair kind of like floats kind of like in the manner of fire, kind of flickering almost. There's just not a good way. And I guess the kind of like cracks in her skin, they actually physically like glow, as does her eyes.
That is awesome. Really great art.
Yeah. Very,
That's
very
cool.
striking.
All right, Chris,
All right. Okay.
lay it on us.
Yes. So, my character is Gherosh Ravobor Casteas. He is a blue dragonborn and a cleric of Gond. His family, he was born in Waterdeep. He's a local, born in the Trades Ward, and his family's home with a connected forge. All of his living family currently lives in Waterdeep as well. Let's see. So he was raised in his family's trade, which they are armorers. A few generations back, they struck a deal with Gond to help them get on the up and up and improve their craft. So, in trade for Gond's blessing, the deal was that every generation, Gond will choose one of the children to be a cleric. So, Gherosh was the lucky winner.
Nice.
So, he is a cleric, and he mostly attends to those responsibilities, but he's not super into it. He kind of thinks it's a drag. But
That's awesome. I was gonna ask you if he'd rather be a armorer, and he's kind of been forced to don this role. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, I think he does like just over the bare minimum to not piss the people off at the temple.
Right.
But when he's not doing taking care of responsibilities at the temple and such, he's at home working in the forge. He's not a master level, but he's pretty good. He's very proud of his work, and will get upset if people critique it too hard. Anyway, when it comes to his personality, he is lively. He's boisterous. He loves good company, loves good food, loves drink. He's very generous. Basically, if he could make everyone around him happy, that would just be the happiest he could be. So like, maximize happiness, minimize suffering. That's his goal.
Very cool.
Nice. We all need positive characters.
And I think,
Hey, Trin, I have a quick question.
Yeah, that's everything.
As I glance back over the code legal, what does it mean when you also get an edict? Is that just like you got a written reprimand or something?
Yes, as far as I can tell, that seems to be the
Yeah,
case.
I
It's like a
definitely
ticket.
see a few of these crimes that I wrote into my backstory already. Fencing stolen goods, forgery. Oh, I also love how I took a forgery kit and I'm like, forgery of an official document, flogging and exile for 10 summers. Okay.
Sounds
All right.
Yes, that and
Just the
sounds like
summer? Like I'm sent away to camp every year, or
Flogging camp.
oh no. All right.
Okay, so as you are all sitting here and sort of discussing your recent unemployment, a familiar face to you all wanders by, and this half-orc woman. Her name is Yagra Stonefist, and she is a mercenary, not quite on the level of yourselves, a much higher level, in fact. And you know that she is in the employment of the Zentarum, which is sort of the shadowy crime organization but a semi-legitimate crime organization here in Waterdeep. And you know that she gets paid basically a bodyguard for one of the higher-ups in the Zentara. And as she sees you all as she's wandering past, and she stops and turns and holds up a hand, and she's like, "Hey, why all the glum faces?"
Well, hello. How are you doing today? I've totally forgotten her name.
Yagra.
I will be right back. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I was looking with my fucking computers. I was digging something out. So, well, hello, Yagra. How are you doing today? Hopefully better than we are.
I really can't complain right now. What are you guys up to? Why are you so sad? Look at your faces.
Well, we just got fired. Always fun.
Oh man, if I could count the times that I got fired, you guys are just getting started. Just wait. And I tell you, yeah, whenever you get to be, a little bit higher up on the totem pole, and she like flexes, and then she kind of does a little turn and flex again, and then winks at you all. She says, you come and get me. I'll get you hooked up.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
Well, how about you just hook us up right now?
She kind of turns, faces you, puts a hand on the hip, cocks to one side, kind of looks you up and down. She's like, I tell you what, beat me at arm wrestling and I will.
What is that?
I'll give you a hot tip. Come on, don't be shy. And she gestures for you to move out of the way. Come on, sweetheart, give me some room. To you, Nana.
I lean across the table and kind of whisper to Lucan, but not very quietly. I'm like, is this one of those half-orc mating rituals I'm not very familiar with? I do not understand.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. I accidentally backed out of roll 20. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
Is Druk on a chair?
I think he's probably sitting on the table there at the end.
Oh. Okay.
And
or I might be standing.
Yeah.
On the yeah.
Just move me out of the way. I'm loading in right now.
No worries, I did. So yeah, she'll sit down across from you and hold out a super beefy arm, and she's like, "All right, best out of 3, come on."
Best out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just do it once and get it over with?
Who's making the rules here? Come on, handsome.
I lean over in his ear and I said, "She just wants to hold your hand. Go with it."
I just give you a look.
I'm ready for this.
All right, go ahead and roll strength.
And
you could do athletics actually if you want.
What I got? I'll just do it.
Ready? I'm gonna roll in front for this. Where's her sheet?
Beefy beast, look at that.
Oh man. Bonafide hottie.
+5. That's awesome. Jeez, how do you have a +5 already?
Oh, it's weird. Why is it rolling?
Because my proficiency is +2 and my modifier is a +3.
Oh, is it supposed to be a save?
No.
Oh, oops. Thank you.
No, it's an athletics check.
Sorry.
But
Yeah. Better.
But I am, for some reason, it's not. It's like whispering or something. It just says 2 GM. It's not rolling on. Huh.
I know. It's because there's a setting in the background of that NPC. If you do it through that NPC, which is like whisper all rolls.
Do you know where I turn that off?
yeah,
In that NPC, if you edit it, you should see it like kind of near the top. What I do in my other games is, and I can give a macro.
Okay, I see it. Always whisper rolls. I had it on a whisper toggle, I thought, but apparently not. Okay, public. Now I've got it. I'm just gonna roll again. Did that work?
There you go.
Yes.
15.
All right. Yeah, the first time she tied with you, did a 17, but all right. So, yeah, you kind of fairly easily slam her fist to the table, and she looks up at you and she gives you a wink. She's like, "I'll let you have that one."
No, I'm pretty sure you didn't let me have that one.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, this is getting good.
There's only one way to find out.
Oh,
grab her
again,
hand.
meat man, do it.
This point, I am going to lean my elbows on the table.
No, I'm gonna punch Drac in the stomach. Don't say that again.
All right, so you go again.
You want me to go again?
Yeah, this is best out of 3.
No, I said we were just gonna do it once.
You
And
can
she
do it
said we're
for
gonna do
her.
it 3 times.
Yeah, she said she makes the rolls.
Oh, she makes the rules, and
She's giving.
That's-
She's trying to. She's going to get us a job. So yeah, I would say let her make the rules.
well, if I can beat her in the arm wrestling competition, what good is her job? I don't
Yeah,
even know
and
where I'm
the next time she just showboats it. Like, oh, you gonna get me? Oh, you gonna get me? And then she like slams your fist down easily.
Yeah,
That's
and
one for
during
one.
this,
Still think I was letting you beat me?
Porter's got his hand there, his chin and his other arm, going, "Oh no, I've been beaten."
Now, before they go for the third time, Carnimírië kind of like leans both elbows on the table, and it's just like, oh my, I can't wait to see what happens with this next one. And then I don't know if my enchanting allure trait affects any of them, but I will throw that out to Adrian.
And that would just make people like you?
No.
What was that again?
Here, hang on. Let me just pull it up really fast.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh,
It's more,
oh.
very much
Doesn't matter
up to-
now.
Yeah.
It's very much kind of like. Up
So you're
to
hoping
you.
to distract somebody?
Well, see, here the thing is with enchanting lure, it's pretty much up to you, because especially with
Yeah, I know it's up to me, but I'm just trying to get your intent. Like, what's your intent with doing this?
kind of distract them if I can.
Distract Yagra?
Yes, but again, this is up to you. So whoever I guess I distract is up to you.
Yeah, it didn't work
No, that's
on
fine.
her anyways.
Kind of oblivious to how pretty.
And so yeah, she's just gonna roll. Nope.
Considering I crit,
Yeah.
I just want to break her arm.
Foreplay? Is that what this is?
You want to break her arm? I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to break her arm. This is a arm wrestling competition. But you slam her
guess you've
fist
never
to
seen
the
some.
table.
I guess you know. Can I break the table at least when I do this? I rolled a 23 with a crit. That's all I'm saying.
You slam her fist to the table with such force that she actually kind of grunts in pain and jerks her hand away. And she looks at you and kind of raises an eyebrow, and she's like, "I know how big it is, honey."
Can also the other end of the table come up and catapult me comically onto a chandelier?
Or I catch you as you're coming across the table.
Oh, yes, perfectly. Ah!
But then she smiles and she laughs and she's like, "You know, I probably shouldn't have doubted you at all. I shouldn't have doubted you. I'm sorry if you felt insecure about that." And she smiles and stands up and she's like, "Fair's fair, and y'all know me. I'm good with my word. Come see me after I'm finished with my drink, and I'll have rustled up some information for you by then."
Well, thank you, Yagra, and very big congratulations to you, Porter.
What a
He kinda-
contest!
He kicks up a napkin and wipes his hand clean and says, yeah.
And she gives another laugh and then walks off. She goes all the way over to the other side over here. Seems to join some friends. Sits down and you can soon hear her raucous laughter as she seems to be telling an incredible story that has to do with her job and some shenanigans they got up to.
With 4 identical brothers.
No, that's actually not them. She's
And
with
that
some
guy
other
who
people here
shanked
at
me
the-
on Sunday.
The guy who shanked you on Sunday? What?
He just shanked Raina.
Who is
Wait.
that? This guy right here?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh,
yeah,
that's funny.
that's just a bandit captain.
yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
That's so funny.
Now
All
again, I know we're not supposed to metagame. Is this who I think it is?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, who? Which one?
Don't worry about
Don't.
it.
Yeah, yeah. You don't, yeah.
All right. Yeah, the answer is yes, pretty much for every module that has come out this year and last.
Yeah.
All right, so congratulations on your acquiring a hot tip, making friends, and influencing people.
That was very
Friends.
impressive,
Getting
Porter.
hot tips from hotties.
Very nice, Porter.
Like, I want to buy her a drink sometime.
Yeah. Well, it is always in your best interest to befriend your higher placed people, especially one as strong as Yagra.
So as y'all sit around this,
Yeah, and Porter goes, yeah, but she's still just a bodyguard.
True, but it's one step up now, isn't it?
I
So you
would
don't-
say it's more of a step sideways.
Well, it's still better than us.
she
Well-
certainly gets paid a lot more. She
No,
gets paid
she's
more
getting
than
paid-
5 gold for
Yeah,
a
she's
week.
getting-
Svadruk.
Well, I'm still bitter about that because you're the one. They gave us the information. If we picked up the wrong letter, they gave us the wrong information. That's all I care.
Yes,
I
that was
know.
bullshit. For
That's
sure.
what- you know. But I didn't want to make a scene.
Our job will only be done as well as the information that we're given. If we're not given right information, then they deserve to get what they get. In all my years, I've never heard of anything so stupid as, go fetch this letter from this person. We won't tell you who. We won't give you their name, and you're not allowed to look at the letter. And if you bring us the wrong thing, we'll give you half. That is so beyond foolish. I cannot believe.
Adrian, did we steal the letter or were we given the letter?
You picked it up off a
did.
mark.
Yeah, so like it was we lifted it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just like listen. When I went and picked that guy's pocket, you saw it was the right guy, right?
Of course it was.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I know I don't I
Yeah.
don't see faces so well, but from down here. But that was the right guy.
It was.
all these
Well, according to the information we had, it was.
all of these higher ups, they're the same. Don't sweat it. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it tarnish your spirits. Something better will come along.
Oh, sure. I'm sure I could go into some party and find us some more lucrative means of employment.
So as you sit around here on this wooden table lit by brightly burning candles, the barmaid comes by and brings you any food or drink you've ordered, clear out your plates, and y'all sit kind of feeling a little bit better or worse as the ale sinks in. The noise of the tavern is around you, the songs, the off-key strumming of a young bard a couple of tables over, when all of a sudden you hear from the far corner a shout that rises above the general hubbub. "Ya pig! Like killing me mates, does ya?"
Oh.
And this 7-foot-tall half-orc. Oh, I'm sorry. And you see a dude take a swing at Yagra and just
Oh.
punch her hard in the face, like so hard that she staggers back up against a table with her elbows cocked back. And within moments, there's more shouting. These 4 identical dudes that you noticed earlier all jump up from the table, and before you can even blink, there is a all out and out brawl going on over here. It seems to be mostly one-sided, with Yagra on one side and everyone else on the other.
I do love me a good tavern brawl.
And the one guy who took the first swing is a male human, and he has a shaved head, but even from this distance you can see his head is covered with eye-shaped tattoos.
Oh.
And Yagra kind of spits out some blood, stands up, cracks her knuckles, roars, and leaps at him. And at that moment, a crowd of spectators just kind of close in around, blocking your view of what's going on. What do you do?
That is our payroll. Should we go assist?
I do believe so. Question though, really fast. The eye tattoos. Do I recognize them? Do I know anything about them?
Make a history check.
Okay. Oh, yay. Good. Another one that I only have +1 on. 13?
I mean, you've seen a couple around here and there. It's not super common. A lot, and so you're not sure. You think it's gang related, but that's about all you got. And with that, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no!
Right.
Please select your tokens, and they will pop up in the initiative order. If you are planning to go join this fray.
Yeah, nothing like a good brawl.
Do I not? Or oh wait, are you the only one who can turn it on?
I think I am. I'm gonna try to find it.
I guess I never realized
There it is.
that.
And through it all, the bard just keeps on playing his awful music.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
Maybe if we're real lucky, one of them will take out the bar. Well,
I'm assuming, based on our knowledge of living in the and B, the fact that she gave us this, or we were given this legal code, that we are not supposed to ever kill anybody in an open space, at least.
yes.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
No killing.
Killing bad. Bad. Unless you can get away with it.
Yes. But even still, it's
And
not something-
there's not any weapons involved in this fight. And in fact, you can see Durin over here just roll his eyes and go back to filling orders. Like he's not even phased or worried. It doesn't appear. All right. And I'll go ahead and have Yagra roll as well. Where is she? There you are.
She's hiding.
All right.
She's eyes all.
All right. So you see Yagra just leap on top of this guy, and she is going to start pummeling on him with her fists. And well, you actually can't see it, but you can actually hear it, and it, her roaring and some loud sounds of pain and the sound of hard fists against flesh. All right, Porter, you are up next.
I casually make eye contact with the barmaid. I lift my finger up and say, "Do you have anything sweet wine? Relatively cheap. I could go for another glass."
Be right with you.
And then I sit there and wait.
Nice.
All right,
I
Svadruk.
love it.
I kind of look at Porter and shake my head, and then I look at the others. I was like, "Are we assisting or not?" And I just look. I just look for confirmation from the others.
There you go.
Well-
You can see that Carnimírië is like, she's up, she's ready, she's getting into this.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I am going to. You said no weapons.
Right. Yeah, it's just a fist fight at this point.
All right. So I will set my quarterstaff down on the table, and then run across the table. So 1, 2. I can't even really see where this fight is happening. Okay.
Portal. It's like a diagonal from us.
All right, just for
Back
fun,
by the door.
I am going to use a key point.
You can see that, right?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay.
So wait, I'm gonna go back first. I'm gonna use a key point and Step of the Wind.
Okay.
So I'm gonna dash action as a bonus action and figure out how far I need to go. Gosh, I'm gonna have to zoom out a lot.
If you
So-
drag it and right click, it will well, you know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 1, 2, so that's 10 feet. Oh geez, I can almost make it. All right. You know what? In that case, since I can't make it all the way there, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna take the dash action.
Okay.
I thought it would get me there, but it actually or does this?
Does that get you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I could hit this guy right here.
Not if you use a dash action. That's your action.
No, but I was saying like if I'm here and am I in range? I just
Oh no,
He
you're
looks-
just in range of her, unless you plan on hitting her.
no. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I can use Step of the Wind to use dash as a bonus action,
Right.
and then I could take a hit. But I was like, it looks like there's still some distance between me and him. All right, so I'm just gonna use the dash action to just kind of get over there,
All
and
right.
that's it.
Yeah, you get over there, and there's still some crowd, like ringed around this fight, and you can't quite make it out exactly what's going on. But you're there.
Yeah.
All right, Lucan. Lucan, you're up next.
Sorry, I was muted.
Tony?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry
Sorry.
about that. So Lucan's going to touch his hand to his chest and cast Mage Armor on himself, so he's protecting himself. How did you guys make those range arrows come up, like where you can see the distance that you're traveling? That was pretty cool. How did you do that?
It's on the
Oh,
left hand side. There's a bar of tools. It's the one that looks like a circle with a ruler in it.
It's the 1, 2, 4th one down.
Got it. So let's see, 30 feet. I'm gonna dash.
It's faster if you jump over the portal.
It's that.
Yeah, Lucan is, although dexterous, I don't think he's gonna risk jumping over a portal.
Right. Right click will get you the broken line.
Right click will get.
Like if you drag and then right click, but you're keeping on dragging,
Yeah,
it
you
will
could do
break it up
stuff
for
like
you.
This.
I don't have a mouse.
Puts a little pin down.
Oh.
I don't have a mouse. So I can't.
So let's see, I can move 60 feet, right? If I dash.
As a half elf, yes, you can move 60 feet.
I think I should have only gotten here. All right, I'll move myself back.
So I'll move to this spot right here. That's as close as I can get, I think.
Okay.
And
I'll also point out that I'm sure you've all seen it before, but Druk is for being so little, he's very fast.
Nice.
He scurries.
I think
All right.
that's my turn.
All right. Gherosh.
All right. I at least want to get a closer look. Okay, that's 30, and then that is 60. I'm gonna enjoy watching her beat the hell out of these guys. All right, that's me.
Is this
All
Jim
right.
Gaffigan sitting at the table right
I
over
think
here?
so. It really looks like it.
Wait, what? Jim Gaffigan, I'm such a big fan.
Yeah.
All right, Carnimírië.
All I can think is, I have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Look, he's eating Hot Pockets. He does it. He really does.
I fucking love it. Oh man. Before I take off running, I'm gonna say to Porter and be like, Porter, you big old stick in the mud, at least come and watch. And I'm gonna take off running and let me see here. I'm gonna go 30 to that square. And I am taking the dash action. Wow, I can't see shit. Hang on.
Hey, is there any kind of rail around this giant hole?
Good question. Good question. I'm sure it's in here
Is there
somewhere.
safety precautions, or is this like
Let's see,
Star
let's see.
Wars Empire rules? No,
No OSHA. Only
Most of the ground floor is taken by the tavern's common room, which contains a 40-foot diameter open well. Actually, the outer shell of a sunken stone tower.
Fine.
Yeah, it's open. So yeah, those tables are awfully close to an open well. I have I imagine like a 2 or 3 foot, it's like kind of varied stone wall all the way around.
Yeah, I can't imagine you'd want to be like in this chair right here.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Just one person doesn't like you and gives you a shove and.
Yeah, because if you look at the Key to the Yawning portal art, there is a several foot tall wall surrounding it.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
I got y'all.
Thanks, Nana.
You're welcome. Always looking out for my babies.
All right, is that your turn?
That's as far as I can get. So.
All right. It's Yagra's.
Oh, I was gonna say, sorry. I'm 6'2". Can I see anything over the crowd?
Make a perception check.
All right. Perception. I have a good score on that.
Yeah, you as you come running around the corner there, the curve there, you definitely see Yagra pick up this guy, like lift him bodily off the ground and sort of give him a toss up in the air as she slams her fist into his chin with a vicious uppercut. And
oh man,
there is a loud sound as you hear him hit the floor, and then Yagra disappears with a roar. You can only assume that she jumped on him on the ground, but you cannot see. Excuse me.
So my flaw is I have a weakness for a pretty face, and I'm not gonna lie, that is so cool. Carnimírië is like, oh, I love her. She's amazing.
I'm right there with you.
I'm pretty much kind of like Jaskier from Netflix's adaptation of The Witcher. I fall in love with everyone.
Yeah, you hear her yell out. You think I killed your mate? I'll show you killing.
Oh.
Nice. I am like kind of doing like a whooping sound, like woo, as I see this happen.
Yeah, the whole crowd joins you in a whoop of delight.
Nice.
And you hear Durnan over at the other end of the bar say, Yagra! And just sort of a irritated sound to his voice.
Steal
All right,
his
Porter,
shoes!
you're up next.
Oh my gosh. A reference to my Tomb of Annihilation campaign. When I mugged a guy and stole his shoes.
I love it.
Yes.
Your barmaid Porter is only just like making her way this far. It's been 6 seconds since you made the order, or so, give or take.
I follow her.
Okay. Just
Oh, come on.
all right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Svadruk.
All right. So my first question is, well, maybe my only question is, do I, for the sake of my abilities and stuff, does Yagra count as my ally?
Yes. If you say she does.
Okay.
If you're declaring her your ally, then she is.
At least in this battle, I am.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. All right. So I am going to. So this place is pretty crowded.
Yes, in front of you is a nigh impenetrable field of legs, but you could easily slip through those legs if you wanted to.
Okay, so I'm going to, for flavor, jump up on just one of those pairs of legs and hoist myself up onto this table, and then take a running leap and kind of like crowd surf. Just kind of like dancing on shoulders and heads, very quickly. They probably barely notice me. And I'm going to leap over and I'm just going to punch this first guy as I like dive down. I just want to like punch him this guy right here, like right in the jaw.
All right.
And let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's absolutely a hit. All right, nice.
And I'm then
Are you declaring now non-lethal damage?
Oh, for sure.
Just checking, because fists for a monk are a little different than fists for anyone else, and are definitely lethal if needed.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Let's see. So I'm still getting used to my martial arts. So I always get 2 attacks, correct? But the other one's my bonus action.
Yeah, flurry of blows.
Well, no. The flurry of blows gets me 2 extra attacks. I think martial arts gets me.
Yeah, one
make an
attack, and
action.
then second attack bonus action.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as I punch him in the face, and then find a place to like land, and then I'm gonna kind of like sweeping leg kick him, which is just another unarmed strike for 23.
Nice, that's a hit. Easy hit.
Jeez, I'm rolling good.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to roll that.
Oh, I was like, whoa, what just happened?
Well, sorry.
Release the spores.
Wow.
Make it a party.
Yes, I just realized I have unarmed strike on my attack thing, so I'm like, oh shit, I gotta put that in here since.
I also want to say that like after I do my attacks, I want to look over to Yagra to like try and make eye contact to see if she sees me helping her.
Okay, let me see if she does. Oh, sorry, I took away the turn order. What does Yagra do? Yep. She definitely sees it.
Sweet.
Okay.
She's in the middle of trying to apparently choke a guy out on the floor,
Nice.
while the others are preparing to jump on her. Some of them already have. So she's taking a beating, but she's giving one, just focusing on this one dude. All right, Lucan.
All right, so Lucan is going to. Where am I? There I am. I need to move. Okay.
And you hear Durnan yell out, Yagra, would you just quit? Can someone break that up? God damn it.
So I can dash and then grapple, right? Couldn't I?
Grappling is an action. So you could it would be your action to do it. It's a strength contest.
But would I still? My issue is that I need a dash to make it to him to be able.
Yeah,
to
if you
grapple
dash,
him.
then unless you have some other means, you won't have an action to use.
So I'm
You
gonna-
use your action
alright.
to dash to double move.
Let's see. All right, so instead, yeah. So I'm going to move my full. 3 feet puts me right here, actually. Okay. So I'm gonna move here, and which of these gentlemen is the one that Yagra is engaging?
This one that looks different from everybody else.
Excellent. Let me see, make sure I can do this. Can I do this? Dang it, no I can't, it's too far away. Alright, never mind.
You also I don't know what you have planned, but you don't want to do anything outside of a bar fight, for risk of doing something illegal.
Yeah, no, I mean, what I was going to do was cast light into his eyes just to blind him so that she
okay.
have advantage on him, just to help her out. But it's touch, and he's too far away, so I can't get
You also
him.
have a crowd of people between you and them.
Oh. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, there really isn't much else I could do other than advance and not take an action.
You're welcome to do that if you would like.
Yep, I think I'll just move that far and just have to wait till the next turn to do something.
Okay. You push your way through the crowd and come up on the fight, and you can see what I described before. Yagra appears to be winning, but there's a whole bunch of people about to jump her. All right, Gherosh.
Okay, so I'm going to weave and pivot my way through the crowd over to here. Let me switch my cursor right here. That's my full 30 feet. And I'm going to grapple.
Durnan yells at you, Gherosh, can you break that up?
I'm on it! And I'm going to grapple this dude and say, I'm going to need you to calm down.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
make an strength check.
Okay.
You can use
First-
athletics.
First roll, baby. Come on. Oh, fuck.
Oh, baby.
I
Well, he
know.
rolled a 4. So
Yes! Okay.
You just lift this guy up off the ground.
I'm going to, yeah. Yeah. Just think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts.
And I'm gonna put him here.
And I'm just gonna keep him up in the air.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. He's a shorter one, so easy enough for you to do.
And that's me.
All right, Carnimírië.
Well, I was trying to figure out what my unarmed strike stuff would be, but I can't remember. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to. How far away am I?
Your unarmed strike is essentially just 1 plus, I think, your strength modifier.
That's correct.
The attack is.
Plus
Oh,
your
to
strength
make the
to
attack.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the attack. Is it what? It's strength, so it's a 1d12, right? Oh, well, fuck. Now I'm in the wrong.
No,
game.
you roll a d20, but you add your strength modifier to hit.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me do unarmed. Sorry, I'm just trying to put this in here really fast. unarmed strike. +1. I don't think I have any. Yeah, I have a +0 on strength. All right, we'll see. And what is damage? A 1d6?
No,
it's just 1 plus your strength.
So you'll get a
modifier.
+0 to attack, and then you get 1 damage.
It's 1 point of damage, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I have no idea if I managed to do that right, but we'll find out, won't we? So I'm going to not assist the situation of breaking this up in any way, shape, or form, and I'm basically going to run and jump on this table here, and then I'm going to flat out just run and just fucking hopefully come down on this dude feet first.
All right.
We're about to find
Woo! So you are trying to hit him, basically, or kick him, sort of?
and feet first if I can.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I managed to do this unarmed strike thing on here, right? But we're about to find out why or how.
That is a hit.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. Let's see. Well, I mean, I did the damage wrong, I think.
No, that's right.
No, it's right. You just
it's
didn't
just
mind
one.
mentioning.
Yep.
1 point of damage.
It's just 1 point of damage.
And they say,
So-
I taught her everything she knows. That was great.
Yeah, so he with the kick, he yelps, and you can hear so it sounds like the breath knocked out of him. And I'm gonna say that he is stunned.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can't. But anyway.
I feel like, when you
I'll
loosen a...
back up slightly so I can see more of the battle.
All right.
No.
You're gonna back up from there. Yeah, you can manage
I'm
it.
just moving my token back so I can see more.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not backing up. I'm just
Okay, I
trying to
see.
see the
All right.
battle.
So next, it is their turn, and the one she's got grappled is going to try to escape. He does not manage to escape the grapple, so you could just hear him. And the other 4, one is being held aloft by Gherosh, the other one is stunned, gasping for breath, or his breath knocked out of him on the ground. The other 2 remaining ones are going to jump on Yagra and just wail on her. Well, they do. All right. They both hit, and she takes a couple of points of damage, and she is not looking very happy about it. And next it is her turn, and she seems to kind of just double down on this guy. And those of you who are close enough to see, you're beginning to maybe fear for the life of the guy. She seems like she is intent on choking him out, and be damned the consequences. Like there's a sort of a rage in her eyes, and she seems to be a little bit on the edge of out of control.
Oh no.
And as the crowd begins to yell, and Durin's voice rises above, he's like, "God damn it, you ruffians!" And as he says that, there suddenly is a loud reaction from the crowd on this side, and it's different from everything that you've heard so far. Sorry. So loud automatically.
What?
And it is at this moment that you see a giant green hand slam down on of the stone wall around this portal. And quickly following it is a purple arm, and slowly pulling itself up onto the edge of this portal, you see a giant troll.
What?
Oh.
And with a roar, he emerges, and from his mouth is a dismembered purple muscular arm. Rather familiar, in fact.
Lavender, you might say?
Lavender, even.
Oh.
And attached to his back are, well, they moved, but anyways,
Gross.
are all these bloated, nasty, huge mosquito-looking things just flying off of him, and also flying above his head are more of these, and you recognize them as sturges. They're not that uncommon.
I remember
I
these
never
fuckers.
escape them.
Metagaming
I was
them.
like, will we have a campaign without these freaking things?
Yeah.
Never.
Pretty much. And let's see if I can move.
Oh,
them
I
back to
left
where they were.
I said that I left my stick on the table.
Oh no.
And you see Durnan draw a huge great sword out from under the bar behind him,
Yeah.
jump and spring over the bar in one, and yell out to the entire tavern, "Troll! Troll in the tavern!"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
Yes.
unfortunately, we have reached 11 o'clock. And this is somewhat of a cliffhanger, I know. But in our next session, we will deal with the
Yeah,
fallout of...
Will Porter ever get his wine?
Yeah. All
It'll just
right.
be a well-deserved reward for kicking ass. Taking names.
So,
fantastic.
one thing I was gonna say about my build is as a kobold, I have sunlight sensitivity, so I'm gonna kick butt indoors at night.
Nice.
And underground, obviously. But the good thing is, I also have pack tactics. So anytime I'm within 5 feet of one of my allies, I get advantage on all of my hits.
Oh my god. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Good.
So theoretically, I think those, as long as I stick next to somebody and don't be the first one to run into a battle like I did today, even if I'm outside in the sunlight, I think those things will just negate and I'll be hitting normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Very cool.
part of what really interested me in a kobold monk was the pack tactics, and also the fact that just so y'all know, I have a strength of 6, which so it's not
That's
a
adorable.
big deal for a monk, but yeah, it's another reason I was like, oh yeah, that's a perfect class for a kobold, because who cares about their terrible strength?
Based off of Dex, right?
What's that?
Shadow monks are based off of Dex, right?
Yeah.
All monks are dex and wisdom based. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got it.
You could go strength, but there's almost no point.
Yeah.
It's weird, and the only thing that really oddly suck about it is, technically speaking, long jump and high jump are strength based.
Yeah.
But monks get ways around that. It doesn't really matter.
Awesome.
Before we go, I will have one of you roll a d6. Just whoever can do it first.
I'll do it. I got it pulled up.
All right. So as this troll is climbing out of the portal, you see a couple of them drop off of him, and they're just full and satisfied, and they drift back down into the... So there's 3 attached to him, there's three in the air, and there's him. All right, guys. Well, we got about as far as I expected to, considering the exposition and the introduction, so well done.
Sweet.
Yeah, these are...
What a good
I think
start.
Yeah, a little bit of a bummer. Had to spend their whole combat running.
Yeah, it was intentional.
Yeah.
Not very fun, but intentional. You're not meant to be able to do much to interfere unless you're just super speedy, which y'all actually did keep all of them from wailing on her, which is going to, play into things later on. So
Nice.
Sweet.
you did good.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
Well,
excited.
I gotta run, but GG everybody. Good times.
Yes, definitely.
We will discuss when we do this next
Yeah, have a good
in the
night.
chat.
Sounds
2 weeks,
good.
Get some
maybe?
sleep,
2 weeks?
Shane.
Thanks.
Y'all have a good night.
Later, man.
Take care,
Night,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night.